Okay, so I guess we're still talking about cottages, right? So we've got 2 videos out there, and y'all want to make a cottage community. Well, I do too. And this has been really fun. And there have been so many of you, so many that have said, let's do this. Let's create this community. I'm all in. And, where are you at? Where should we try and do this? And so it has been this blow up moment of connection and connection with the same vision. And that is fun, right? Okay, so how many times have we lived our lives in our own little bubble and had all these dreams and think that we're like the only ones? Or, at least it's not as prominent as it sure seems with this cottage thing. I feel like everybody in the world wants to go live in little mini cottages out in the woods with little walking trails and lanterns and flowers. And oh my gosh, don't even get me going. I want to build this community so bad, but I'm poorer than dirt. But I want to also reflect on something else, okay? We can't let this go by without touching on this. So I'm not saying that I don't want this cottage. I'm not saying that we shouldn't build the most amazing community on the planet. What I'm saying is we need to capture something else here that is so special and so cool. And that is the connection. So in the second half, we kind of put some of our dreaming off, don't we? It changes. It's in the first half, we've got all the time in the world. We're going to conquer the world. We're going to create our future. We're on fire. And we have all these goals, ambitions, and dreams. And somehow in the second half, we just settle in. Well, here's the thing with that little cottage. It lit you up. It lit me up. It gave us hope. It gave us inspiration. And it gave us connection, right? What a beautiful thing that is. And I don't want to gloss over it. I don't want to make this just about the cottage because I gained something else here. And every day when I log on and I see your guys' comments and I see your enthusiasm and I see you connecting ideas with each other, I'm just lit up inside. And at first it was like I'm lit up for the cottage. I just want to build a zillion cottages and design them. And, I want to design the community. This is a real thing. I'm getting sidetracked, but I want to design the community. I want the walking trails. I want the little lanterns. I want the little creek. Everybody's panicking about the creek, saying creeks flood, all this kind of thing. I wasn't talking about like a giant mini river creek. I'm talking about a little mini trickling creek, like maybe, 6 inches deep. Nothing major here. I was just talking about one of those little, maybe it's a brook. Maybe that's what it's called, a brook. So let's park the idea of creek and call it something smaller. And it can be man-made too, right? I just want something charming, mainly because I want a walk bridge. I want to walk over a little bridge over my creek, and have little lights on the bridge and have little lanterns along the walkway. That's what it's about. It's about the ambience, right? You've got the smell of fresh air. You've got the visuals. You've got the hearing of the creek. You've got all that stimulation. So I'm sidetracked, but what I was getting at is we all connected on that. But it isn't just about the creek now, okay? I mean, it just isn't about the cottage, the community, whatever we call it. We have to think of a name for it. But it is about, I just love how we just all dug deep inside, because, you know, you can have a cute house, right? But I think there was more to it. It went so much deeper. It involved like ambiance, human connection, about everybody kind of helping each other out, this beautiful environment, just kind of this dream that we kind of, you know, so many women especially grow up thinking about, this little cottage lifestyle and gardens and all those things we talked about. But I feel like, you know, it kind of gives us a little hope too, and goal and dream. That wouldn't it be nice, even though we're in our second half, if we really could pull something like that off? What a meaningful, beautiful second half we could have with community and everything. So that's what I want to tap into. That is what I want to stop and notice here. I just want to breathe for a moment, you know, and absorb that. I don't want to take away from everything. I just want to absorb what a beautiful thing that is. What a wonderful, you know, moment it is to feel excited about something like that, to connect with others who have the same vision. You know, I have had so many of these types of visions throughout my life, and I honestly don't think I've ever met anybody who thinks about them the way I do. And so I feel a little alone in my crazy little bubble. That's why I call it the crazy retirement idea, because I thought everyone would think I was nuts. But so many of you think about it too. So many of you have those same thoughts and ideas and dreams. And that's what I love about that whole concept. So I'm going to table the cottage videos for a little while. This will be, I guess, three's a charm, right? So this will be the final one for now, unless something new comes of it. I want to shift my focus on the beauty that this video created and on the connection to you guys. I'm so excited. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would get blessed with such a good, you know, connecting community here on YouTube. When I started my channel, you know, you start thinking you want to talk to people, you want to meet some like-minded people, but reading the comments, so many think the same way. We're so fortunate that so many like-minded people came together on this channel, and I want to preserve that. I want to take note of it, and I want to, you know, celebrate it internally. That's all. So I had a different plan for my video today, but I felt like I had to talk about this, you know. But while we're talking about moments, I want to talk about something that happened to me earlier this week. So on the 4th of July, I have my typical family 4th of July party, and it's glorious. It's like the cottage, right? Everything was perfect. Everything looked great. The food was great. Everyone showed up. And at the end of the night, what I was stunned about was not that I had a successful gathering, but the feeling that was around that was something really special. See, I have a view here where the fireworks go off in all of the cities and towns and, you know, different places around here. And I can see, I don't even know how far off that is. So far. I want to show you, but there's so many creepers. I can only show you, like I can show you, here I'm going to turn around. I'm going to show you one little section because there's no landmarks in this section. So I'm going to show you. So see how far I can see out there? Okay, so that goes, it is 180, man. I mean, the way this house is it sticks out so you can see all around. So during the 4th of July, the fireworks, literally, I'm not kidding, hundreds of fireworks shows. It is absolutely magical, spectacular. And if you haven't ever seen anything like that, it's hard to describe to someone. But here I am, sitting, on my patio with my family, with the table fire going. Everybody's laughing and having a good time. And we literally have hundreds of fireworks going off in the distance. And then there's some where, people around here, they put off the big ones. And it's literally right in our face. Like, I was a couple times thinking, ooh, that's close. Like, I don't even, it almost looks like it's like, 20 feet away. Giant fireworks as if they were meant for us. It's a moment that I can't describe. But I found myself during this gathering just almost brought to tears because it touched me just looking at everyone's face, watching them while they were watching the fireworks and why they were feeling so, like this, they're in a special moment. And I was watching them have their special moments, which created a special moment for me. So when I first thought of this video idea and talking about these surface things and the deeper meaning behind them, if you haven't figured out, that's what the video's about. I wanted to title it Drink the Water, okay? But I couldn't because it doesn't make sense and no one would click on it, so they'd never get the message. But drink the water, why? Because water, right? Out of all the drinks in the world, water's the boring one. Water's the plain one. It's the simple one. And after my party, everyone said this was so great. It was just the best, Thank you. It was just beautiful. It was a wonderful night, magical. And I said to a couple of them, it honestly was one of the best nights of my life. And they were just taken aback and said, what? Kind of chuckled. Because to them, they were touched and it was a beautiful thing and a beautiful moment. I'm not downplaying it at all. But to me, I don't know what happened that night, but it touched me so deeply, the beauty in the moments. Watching my son watch the fireworks, or my mom, watching the younger kids in their 20s all gathered around the table laughing and playing games, and we have beautiful times because we play a lot of games here. I think I've mentioned that before. We play 4th of July bingo, 4th of July ring toss. We have a lot of word scrambles and things, and then we have prizes, and they open the prizes and they don't know what they're going to get, and so there's giggles and laughs there, and it's such a glorious time. The whole point of all this is, the cottage idea is dreamy, is beautiful, and I want it, and I don't know how to pull it off. And I haven't given up. And the 4th of July was beautiful. And the fireworks were amazing. But there's something deeper in that. And in the second half, I feel like we see things through a different lens. And I just didn't get that in my earlier years of life. So it's a great gift. And I want to acknowledge it. And I want to absorb the beauty in these things. and just take note, you know, of what happens. So that's it. I am not dissuaded by the cottage idea. Don't panic. It's still right here. But I just wanted to touch on the deeper blessing that all this brought, you know, the deeper meaning to it all. Because it's a real exciting thing, especially for us second halfers who have kind of settled in this stage of our life with not too much enthusiasm, you know. There's those of you out there who have your big old retirement funds. I know you're having fun. You're going and traveling and everything, but not all of us. And especially if you connected with the cottage video, you're probably not one of them either, because you would just make a mansion instead of a little mini cottage. But anyhow, that's my message for today. Drink the water. Yeah, the plain and simple water, and reap the benefits. That's it. All right. We'll see you next time.